there, thanks for clicking. I'm Karina, in case this is your first time here. Je m'appelle Karina. I'm really excited that we're finally getting some of the real work done today. Last video, click here for that, or in the description there'll be a link as well. I just gave kind of an outline of this laundry area revamp. One of my pet peeves in DIY videos is when they skip over stuff, so I won't be doing that. I will be fast forwarding and editing so that things you don't need instructions for are as short as possible. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about what tools I'm using or what certain products are or anything like that, and I'll do my best to answer those questions. Let's get to our laundry area revamp. Thanks again for being here. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe, click on the notifications, and let's get to it. Allons-y! And this hamper will probably be getting replaced. Let's give you a look here. Like, these cupboards don't have backs, so that's the wall. I guess ideally they'd be coming off to paint the wall, but I'm not adding work for myself like that. So we're just going to, I'll wash them and then paint it, but like without taking the cupboard down. So I grabbed the bag of bits so that I don't have to run back and forth trying to find it. Bottom one's off. Even though I'm going to be swapping these hinges, I'm not going to throw them out. I'm going to have a bag where I keep like hardware where that I take it off of things. And it's actually kind of really, so I'm going to take the other door off first while I have a bit on there, and then I'll worry about the handles. They have a bigger square on them. Gotta be careful because of like MS, my balance is meh, not the best. So I have to be careful when I'm climbing on stuff like that. Okay. Let's get these hinges off completely. That rod needs to come off. Alrighty. Yeah, and these are just, there's a block on the other side of the cupboard so that it had something to mount to, I guess. This other one off, that'll be easier now that the pole's not in the way. That has this other like, thin, flimsy stuff that's probably original to the trailer. And I moved the dryer entirely out of the way. This thing here, I need to take out this screw so it can go flat. There we go. So I'm almost finished washing this. Put painter's tape on anything I don't want to have painted and prime all the rest of it. So we're all good.
Minutes later.
If you are doing a large space, what I do when it's like a much larger space, I take like a scrap piece of wood and just staple this to it, so you have like a block to hold on to. Because it's such a tiny little job, the sanding part.
Sometime later.
Also, I put them up on just unopened rolls of duct tape, so that when I do prime them, it's going to be easier to do the edges. Before priming these cupboard doors and the other parts of the cupboard that have similar laminate on them, I'm sanding them with 150 grit sandpaper, just to roughen them up a bit, so that even though I got a high adhesion primer, it can still have trouble adhering to these because they're so slick. Like you can see in the light, they're super... I've already done most of this one, so I'm just going to wipe it down to get all the sawdust off it. Make sure it's nice and clean. I had washed them also before sanding them, washed both sides really, really quick. And so yeah, I'm just wiping them down until I don't see any new sawdust on here. And there we go. So editing Karina here, sorry, wanted to get on really quick just to explain this groove that you see me painting with primer. Unfortunately, I did it out of order when I did it. I should have plastered those grooves first and then painted the primer on. It does look a lot nicer with the grooves filled. It makes it look more like drywall, like the wall ends up flat. So I am glad that I added the plaster in the grooves afterwards. But ideally, if you're doing something similar and you have old paneling like this, you should plaster first and then put the primer on top. VIDEO2 primer includes, it says ultra low VOC. It also says odorless, all surface primer, super adherent, block stains, mildew resistant. So I thought that was important in a laundry area that's adjacent to the bathroom. Got two different rollers, and I always buy latex paints, so they're water cleanup. I don't know the consistency needed, but to me this looks like plaster that I've seen pre-mixed before. Got two different size blades here.
Eventually.
Tickety-boo. So another thing I figured out in this whole process is that for years now I haven't been able to understand why I couldn't clean my baseboards. Like I tried to wipe them, I tried with magic erasers, I tried with like just soap and water and all different types of solutions, and nothing would ever work. I had been under the understanding that they were, when they were put on the walls, like when I had paid to have them installed, they were finished. They already have primer, but they're not painted, and so they were all put all over the house. I thought Buddy was like putting a quick coat of paint on them outside before putting them on the walls, but they were not, and so that's why they would never come clean, is because the primer was basically like helping them hold on to the dirt, I guess. So I'm giving the ones that I have access to right now and the ones that I've taken off the bottom of the walls for painting a quick coat of paint, so they're actually white. So moving forward, I'll be able to clean them. I'll be able to give them a whip when I want to. If it was summer, I'd be doing this outside, but it's minus 18 outside right now, so that would not work, and my shed's not heated, so painting in there wouldn't work either. Alrighty.
Later.
Alright, ready to paint these. I hope this is enough. I'm a little worried now that I just got this little small can. All right. I don't believe that I can tape this. This paint is just way too fresh. Like, I'd have to wait weeks to tape that successfully. So I'm hoping if I go really slow, take my time with an edger. Not too shabby. Kitty boo. All right, we're gonna put all this stuff away, have a coffee. Looking pretty good. I'm not doing this part. It's definitely inside the cupboard. It's gonna be nice. That wraps up this video. I'm really happy about the progress that I've made and how it's coming along, how it's looking. I do hope that you found stuff in this video that was useful to you. You're doing a similar project or maybe something different. If you are, tell me about it in the comments. I'd love to hear about anything anyone has going on in regards to DIY. You may have noticed that the cupboard on the left has shelves already in this video. I'm not skipping over it. I just wanted to keep the painting together and then the construction together so that it's most useful to anyone who's watching these as a how-to or to reference for their own similar project. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you maybe have a better way of doing or another way of doing. I'd love to hear about your own projects, and I'm really excited to move forward. Be sure you've subscribed and click that bell so that you can be notified as soon as I upload the next video, which is the last part of this project. There won't be as big a gap as there was between the first video for this project and this one. I'm gonna try and get them closer together. The editing is taking me a crazy amount of time. I'm really pleased with how it's going. I think it already looks so much nicer than it did.
It's brilliant, 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 I tell you. Genius, I say.
A lot cleaner and more modern, and would love to hear your feedback. So let me know, and on se verra la prochaine. Merci d'être venu. See this angle, my arse is hanging off the back of the washer. I'll talk. Has for me here. Oh, drum roll, please. Well, there's where the first one goes.